another episode of Keep Calm Mother On. I know this sounds like a Breathe With Me episode. It's because this episode is actually going to be a really short one. I'm recording it in my car. I just parked in front of my school that I teach at. And I just want to say, you are already amazing. Really, take a deep breath and see how that feels when you say it to yourself. Say, I am already amazing. I am loved. I am unique. I am here for a reason. And when you think about that, I want you to think about the honor code that I've been teaching my students all week at our school. The honor code is the words that we call the rules here because, the person who started my school is a retired Air Force officer. So number 1, the honor code is to show respect. Number 2 is to be polite. Number 3 is to try your best. And number 4 is something about enjoying being here. Those are her 4 rules. And I explain them to the kids and we demonstrate them and we walk around and I do a dramatic acting of what it means to not be polite. And I do a dramatic acting of not showing respect to someone else's stuff next to my table and not showing respect for the walls of the classroom we're in. And we practice walking down the hallways and keeping down our hands to ourselves because it's not respectful to leave fingerprints on both sides of the hallways. Lots of little skills it takes to be human, right? The idea of respect we think is easy to figure out. And it's not. It's 1,000 tiny little actions. And the idea of be polite we think is easy to figure out, and it's not either. Like, I joke about them, especially with like the middle schoolers and the 4th graders and above, about think back to when you were a teeny tiny preschooler and your parents probably taught you some magic words. And of course somebody says, yeah, they taught me abracadabra. And we all laugh. But then words like please, thank you, excuse me, you're welcome, bless you come out. And we talk about speaking up for ourselves. And then we read the book, The Cool Bean. And it's about how a tiny act of kindness can go a long way. And that's when I share my personal rules with the class. And there's only 3 of them. 1, be safe. Number 2, be kind. And that's kindness to people, kindness to objects, kindness to animals, kindness. And then if we can manage those 2 together, and I put a plus sign in between them, safety plus kindness equals everyone having fun, if they choose to. You can choose to have a grumpy attitude. Maybe you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and I can't make the day fun for you. But my hope and intention is that everyone in the classroom has the ability to choose that they're having fun because they feel safe and welcome in the space. I saw a random TikTok that ties into this about how people are lamenting the fact that, grocery store workers don't say hi to them at the checkout, or that they can't find certain objects and they don't know how to find them in the store. Is it the store's responsibility to make sure there are people that you can ask questions to? Yes. Okay. They have staff that are working and you can interrupt them and ask them questions. They also have other jobs, right? There's not just like a concierge desk. There is a customer service desk, but they have assigned tasks too. One of them is to answer questions, but it's not like one desk where someone's waiting all day long to answer your questions. Anyways, no one will know your questions if you don't act. I think we're forgetting, and this is a key part of kindness, is that we often feel like we've been left behind. We often feel like everyone else has this level of coolness or swagger, as I was telling my kids this week, without us. And sometimes we separate from the tribe that we want to be in because we feel like we don't belong. But we chose that belief. We chose the idea that they don't want us. If you decide that those people over there can't be your friend and you never go up and talk to them because you think they're too cool for you, then they will never be your friend. You have to take action too. You have to show up. You have to say hi. You have to start having conversations with strangers. A conversation with a stranger outside of a school door is what led to the friendship, which then led to the connection to a house that wasn't on sale yet for me to purchase. That's how we bought our house, with all random connections from talking to strangers. And I'm so glad we did. Big dreams can happen. Amazing life can happen when you put yourself out there. The world is full of hope. The world is full of people who, like you, would help someone if they were asked. Let's stop thinking that we're so different, that other people won't say yes to helping you. One of my heroes, right, Mr. Fred Roger, talked about look for the helpers. I explained to my students this week that I think all of them are cool beans. All of them are kindness ambassadors and helpers. And I know you are too, because you are a human, a mother, a parent who deeply cares, who wants the world to be better. And that is a radical act of optimism and hope and stubborn gladness. So for this week, for both your self-care and the family fun, I want you to talk to strangers with your kids. You can talk to strangers independently on your own, but also go to a farmer's market and make small talk with someone. Be interested, hold the door, and then compliment something and someone and see if you can start a conversation. Help your kids learn these skills. They're going to feel awkward. You're going to need to practice them too in this digital age. And that's okay. We can be awkward, leaning towards friendship, leaning towards building trust, leaning towards being more pro-social and hopeful together. If you want to read more about this, I am deep into a book called Hope for Cynics, and it's all about building community and why being a cynic is actually a lazy way of thinking. And it's not healthy. And it won't bring you to where you want to be when you're 90 years old. You will be alone if you embrace cynicism. Okay, give yourself a great big hug, because I know you are exactly the right mom for your kids. You're exactly the right human to go say hi to someone else today, some new stranger. And you are exactly the right human to make a difference. A smile, a nod, and a wink can change everything for someone. You've got this. I'm so glad to be here on Earth with you today. See you at the next Breathe With Me episode.